Hello everybody, it's Loretta with Sparrowhawker Designs. Welcome back to my channel. So I finished block 3 of my slow stitching. This is not the same project as my crazy quilt. This is this is the slow stitching project, and I'm either going to make 4 blocks for wall hanging or 6. I haven't decided yet. So you might remember this was the first block with the heart, and then this was the second block with the very old antique piece of embroidery work there, and my little window and the antique button. So this is the third one, and this is all kind of pinks, blues, beiges, which is really my color palette lately. I'm not sure why. But anyway, so I'm trying to use some things in each block that is kind of sentimental. So for this, this is an old piece of cross stitch that was given to me by a friend of mine, and it was her mother's, and it is very, very, very old. And so I just did a burrow stitch around it and some beads, that kind of thing. This is my grandmother's 4-way medal. She was a French Catholic, and I just thought I would put it on here. This piece here is off of an old pillowcase. There's a fan that I made. And then this piece of fabric and this piece of fabric is from my grandmother's stash of feed sack cloth, and they are my 2 favorites, and they're also the 2 most fragile that I have. I have a pretty big, not pretty big, but I have several pieces of feed sack cloth that were my grandmother's. But these 2, there are only small pieces left, so I thought, well, I'm going to try to use them in this project, and it'll add a little more sentimentality to the whole thing. And this was a very old piece of trim that was in my mother's sewing basket, and this is a piece of tatting. And then in the center I just did a pink ruffle. And I'll be honest, this block, I had trouble with this block. I don't know why. Nothing came together like I wanted it to. And I'm having the same issue with the crazy quilt block that I'm working on right now too. It's just really dealing me fits, and it's not that I'm not inspired, I'm just having a lot of trouble getting the block to come together and to kind of look how I want it to look, which is why it's taken me so long to to do them. But anyway, so this is block number 3 in the wall hanging that I'm going to make. And so just real quickly, like in block number 1, this was a heart that was made by one of my crazy quilt friends who passed away, and this old piece was out of something in my mother's sewing box. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of put stuff on this wall hanging that you've kind of got sitting around in places that you're not ever going to actually use. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, and try to also use up these very last few pieces of the antique fabric, the feed sack fabric. And yeah, so and like with this, I probably would not wear this, so I just thought, well, I might as well just put it on here. And so each block, I'm hoping, will have something sentimental on each one of the blocks. The next block, I have another heart that I think I'm going to put on the next block that I do. But anyway, so that's my third. So my wall hanging is either going to be 4 blocks or 6 blocks. I haven't decided. It depends on how much of this antique fabric I have left. So, yeah, anyway. So this is block number 3. I hope everybody is staying safe and is well. And I'm not really sure what my next video is going to be because I'm kind of working on a couple of different things. But I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe, and I hope you make something you love.